Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is St. Patrick's Day, also Friday. It is March 17th. I'm Scott and Lydia Blume with us this morning. We're going to talk about the weather in just a second, but first, want to remind you, you can catch us live on Facebook Live on your stream every morning around 8 o'clock. Also, check for us on YouTube. Just look up InForum in the search bar. Also, you can find us on your favorite podcast platforms. Just go to inforum.com/podcast. Look for that InForum Minute. And Lydia, you are wearing green. On air, it looks like a black dress, but it's dark green because you can't wear green on the green
It is
screen.
actually like an evergreen,
dark
green color, but it's dark enough that, sorry, I'm going to ruin this whole thing that you just set up. Okay, there's the green screen. So it's it's called chroma key green, but it's a much brighter green than this. And so this is just dark enough. Did I write about there?
Yeah, that'll work.
This is just dark enough that it doesn't key out. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't get fuzzy.
Yeah.
And so it looked a little funny. It looked black on the screen. And then I'd walk over to the desk and then it would be green all over again. So
funny.
I think this is the very first time I've ever worn green to work on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, this is a newer dress. So I was like, well, we'll see what happens.
Worked out well. I'm wearing my green tie. And
yes,
if you're
very festive.
If you're not wearing your green today, watch out. Someone might pinch you. I don't know.
Pinchers.
See what happens.
Yeah.
But, all right. It feels not like St. Patrick's Day,
It feels like January.
Yeah, it feels like New Year's Eve is what I said.
Yes, and you're not far off by any means. We have wind chills down into the minus teens, minus 20s right now. Some spots at the international border approaching minus 30.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
The wind is only going to get stronger today, gusting 40 to 45, and that comes with a whole slew of problems. One being that it's going to make you feel colder. Temperatures will top off in the single digits today. We're forecasting a high of 9. It'll feel like the minus teens, though, even in the warmest part of the day. So that northwest wind is kind of pushing in that colder air. And then a couple other problems that this wind is doing is what we've been dealing with all week with the blowing snow, the drifting snow, icy roads, how it's kind of skirting across the road and making it stick in spots. And so we've got lots of icy patches out there. A few flurries, maybe a light snow shower will be possible today. And if you're getting some of that new snow paired with these winds, even if it's not a lot of snow, it'll be enough to reduce visibility. And so for that reason, there is a winter weather advisory in effect 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight. Bundle up. Might be a good day to drink a Guinness inside for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, a little Bailey's and a hot chocolate coffee kind of day.
Yep, you can tell we are approaching the end of our workday on a Friday.
It is Friday. Let's go. We talked about the roads this morning. There's a lot of alerts out there for that potential drifting snow, so something to make sure you watch out for today.
Yes, and then only teens tomorrow, still breezy. We'll wake up double digits below zero on Sunday morning. That's really cold for this time of year. Minus 10 is what we're forecasting for Sunday morning right now. A little warmer next week, but maybe a chance of snow, so we'll watch that closely. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Top of the morning to you.
Good one. All right. Let's get to some of our local stories today. Quite a bit of news to tell you about. First off, we'll start with some breaking news we had this morning on First News. The Cass Lake area, this is happening there. The Leech Lake Tribal Police are asking for your help finding a missing child. It's 8-year-old Alfred Deserlay III. He's been missing since 5:30 yesterday afternoon. If you need a picture of him, you can find it online. But he was last seen leaving a home in the Prescott area of Cass Lake. The police don't know where he was going exactly. That's part of obviously why he's missing at this point. He was last seen wearing a black Timberland jacket, jeans, and multicolored Puma shoes. If you have any information about where he could be, you are asked to call the authorities or 911. All right, today a Minnesota man accused of 2 separate murders will be appearing in court in Hennepin County, Minnesota. The first murder was in Moorhead, the second in the Twin Cities. His name is Idris Haji Muhammad. He is charged with second-degree murder in connection with a shooting that happened near U.S. Bank Stadium back in December. Haji Muhammad was due in Hennepin County Court last month, but he did not show up because he was being held in the Clay County Jail for another murder that happened in Moorhead back in 2021. Haji Muhammad was bailed out of jail in Clay County twice before eventually being arrested in Minneapolis. After his arrest, he was extradited back to Clay County. Now today, he's back in Hennepin County where he will appear before a judge at 11:30 this morning. A Minneapolis man is accused of sexually assaulting a Moorhead teenager. Clay County prosecutors have filed 2 third-degree felony charges against 22-year-old Alexander Funk. A Moorhead teen says that he sexually assaulted him back in January of 2021. The boy, who was just 13 years old at the time, alleges that the two had sex twice at Funk's house. He also says Funk provided him with a crystal-like substance shaped like a pill to make him feel, quote, more comfortable. The boy collapsed after coming home from school one day and was taken to a local hospital where traces of meth were found in his system. Funk was arrested yesterday afternoon. He's now being held in the Hennepin County Jail. All right, an update to that deadly semi-crash we've been telling you about for the last couple days. The Canadian truck driver responsible is in the Cass County Jail facing charges in connection to the semi-truck accident. Now, you'll recall this crash spilled more than 6,500 gallons of plain de-icer all over the interstate on I-94 near Mapleton. Yuhai Zhu, he's a 52-year-old truck driver from Ontario. He's facing a negligent homicide charge in the death of 72-year-old Randall Buxton. Randall is from British Columbia. It's the result of a 2-day investigation. Buxton smashed into the back of Zhu's truck after he had been stopped in the right-hand lane of I-94 for an unknown reason. We'll let you know if we ever figure out exactly why he was stopped in that lane. But Zhu's tanker was carrying green fluid, and when he was rear-ended, all that fluid leaked all over the interstate. Authorities say that antifreeze is not a hazard to motorists, and that environmental companies will come in and they're going to be handling the rest of those cleanup efforts at this point. All right, of course, we've been talking about it being St. Patrick's Day. The St. Patrick's Day parade is happening tomorrow. It was postponed last weekend to this weekend, so at least we're missing a blizzard, but it's going to be chilly out there. Make sure to bundle up if you're going to the parade. I know I'm planning on going, so I'm going to have to wear a big coat, hat, gloves, all that good stuff. Maybe bring some coffee, hot chocolate with. That'll be kind of fun, but going to be cold, but it's still going to be a good time. The parade starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow. It actually starts in downtown Moorhead and then makes its way over to downtown Fargo. Now, from 7 o'clock in the morning till noon, there's no parking allowed along the parade route, and if you do, you are going to get towed. So just make sure you're careful if you're going downtown tomorrow morning about where you park. Of course, parking is going to be at a premium with a lot of people wanting to go down there for the parade. So make sure to get there as early as you can and find a public lot to park in, whether that's a surface lot or a parking ramp. All right, also a fun thing going on this weekend, a new 4-story, 100,000 square foot complex featuring a marketplace, brew pub, and fine dining is opening its doors tomorrow. That would be that new Brewhalla building. It's going to be located off of First Avenue North in downtown Fargo, right next to Drecker Brewing. It looks like a really cool place. It's meant to be a place where you can grab a lunch, grab a drink, do some shopping, and it's all kind of local business based, which is a really cool part of this. I'm sure it's going to be packed in there for the opening day, especially with it situated on St. Patrick's Day weekend, but super cool that that's opening up now. It's been highly anticipated for a while, and this is going to be the first concept like this that's been done in the Fargo Moorhead area. It's kind of popular in some bigger cities like Chicago, Denver areas, so it's cool to see it coming to our neck of the woods. All right, big national story today this morning. America's largest banks are extending a lifeline to prevent another bank failure. They've created a $30 billion rescue package to save First Republic Bank. Now, this is like all the big banks that you know of, like coming together to help out a single bank to try to thwart this issue. It's not necessarily the government stepping in with that $30 billion rescue package. But Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has appeared on Capitol Hill to defend the government's response to the banking crisis. Senator Ted Cruz, who is the top Republican on the Senate Commerce Committee, has now launched an oversight investigation into what exactly happened with Silicon Valley Bank. Of course, these bank collapses have a lot of people worried about the economy and a potential recession. It gives people a lot of nightmares of the 2008 type of stuff that happened. So we're going to continue to monitor that very closely for you. All right, also today, locally, we continue to cover the Class B boys basketball tournament. We'll have semifinals today on WDAY. Consolation games will be on WDAY Sports Plus. And then tomorrow, we're going to have the championship game on WDAY. That starts at 8:45. Exciting time for all those students that are competing. In basketball, you can be sure Dom's going to talk about that on Hot Mic today. He has his show 9 to 11 this morning. You can watch it on WDAY Extra and InForum.com. And a quick reminder as well, today is your last chance to get 6 months of unlimited access to InForum.com for just $2. So take advantage of the deal. Go to InForum.com/subscribe. make sure to do that because we don't know when you're going to get a chance like this again. And we have our newscasts. Again, 11, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. We're going to keep you up to date on the weather. We're going to keep you up to date on all of our local headlines as well. So be sure to join us on air and then online on InForum.com. And then we have our weekend first news team. They'll have all that news over the weekend. And then you can join me and Lisa and Lydia and Dylan again Monday morning from 5 to 7 for first news. Have a fun, happy St. Patrick's Day weekend, folks. Make sure to stay safe. If you're drinking, get a designated driver. Please don't be someone that gets hurt or hurts someone else. Have a good weekend.